And unfortunately, I'm not as good as William's wife. I'm not a great artist. And I would like to make my picture look better, so I've done a number of tools with collaborators at MIT to make my life easier. So here's a picture of rock with some sky, kind of interesting. I would like to make it black and white, so I can try just to go to black and white. And it's a bit not enough contrast, not a great picture. So I could certainly try to work by myself, but as I just told you, I'm not very good at it. So I'm not going to make something nice out of it. What I would like is to be able to say that this picture, it would be great if it could look like it has been done by Ansel Adams. Like for instance, like this one, Clearing Winter Storms, these very famous photos by the master. So let's just try it. So here we do some computation, some magic, and here it is.
Oh, 뭐야?
So I can still get the color if I want, actually. I could try to see what it would be in colors. So I can get the colors. But what's good is I can very easily try other models, like for instance, this other famous picture of a train going through the station in Paris. So let's try. Again, we do some computation, crank up some equations, find a solution. And it's going to happen very, very soon. So here it is. So, but you know, if you remember that postcard, it has some of this grain and all that, but it was a black and white postcard with a nice sepia tone, so I can actually recover that as well. And then I want to get also the colors from my model, not only that. And here I get something much closer to what I got. And what's nice is that I can load an HDR image. So if you know about HDR, you know that .exr HDR picture. So let's just load an HDR picture to see how it works. So again, it takes a little bit of time, but here we are. And let me show you where we start from so you realize how much we did. So we started from a picture that was very, very dark. So if we didn't make HDR, we wouldn't have captured anything. And here what we are able to do. And I can try, you know, with my friend Ansel Adams again. And very quickly I get a result that we see here. And I can come back and add the colors to get another picture. So that was the first thing I wanted to show you. Let me show you a couple of other things. So I don't always want to get my picture looks like by a master. Sometimes I just want the computer to help me to get the first things right. So let's see, for instance, a picture of a singer. And this picture is arguably too dark. And if I try what Lightroom does, it finds out it's too dark, but now it's too bright. And I can try something else which will work better, and here it is. So just to compare, we started from here, and we get there. And here is not just, I better turn the button, that we work with photographers in New York, and they show us thousands of examples, and we train our program with this example. So it's now like having a pro photographer with you all the time. So let me show you a few more. So here's a picture of my niece, and the picture is like contrast. And I can ask Lightroom bring back the contrast, but now it's too dark. So I won't do the computation again, I just want to show you the final result. And again, to compare, we started from here, and we get there. And one more. Here's a woman. It's too dark. Lightroom improves quite a lot, but with our pro photographer in our software, we get there. And again, we started from here, and we get there. And nothing to do, not a single slider to move. So there's one more thing where sometimes I don't get my pictures right, is that I tend to move. So for instance here, in my office mate Roger, and the picture is blurry, and I can try to use an enchant mask in Photoshop and just increase a little bit of contrast, but doesn't really make the picture sharp. So I can do some computation, and here what's going on in the back is that we find how I move the picture, how I move my camera during the exposure time. So it's kind of a complex problem to solve, but once we know how the camera moves, we can remove the motion in the picture. So we started from there, and now it looks like this. So let me show you a couple of more examples. So I'm from Boston, I'm sorry. But, you know, we lost, so I was crying and I shake my camera. And if I use enchant mask, just increase the contrast, not great, but let me show you directly the result. So we started from here, and now we get that. It's sharp. And one last is that, you know, after the defeat, we went to a restaurant, and again, can increase the contrast doesn't help, but I can do that, and now it just looked like if I didn't move at all. Again, started here, and it's there. And again, just a single button, no slider, nothing to do. So, thank you very much.